Still morning. Good morning. I am not Trey Howland. I am Judge Jefferson Griffin of the North Carolina Court of Appeals. As was just pointed out, we're statewide candidates when we're running for these offices for the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court, and so it's hard to cover so much ground. And a few candidates asked me to speak for them today, and I was honored to do it. As the chairman said, you could take, everybody get a little agenda here. You could take those bottom races here, highlight them and circle them, and cross out everything above them. Because I can tell you firsthand from being in the appellate courts right now, our North Carolina Supreme Court is shredding our Constitution. Every case that I read from them, it may not be blatant, it might not be right there in your face, but it's there. I mean, I'm down in the details with them. We have to follow their precedent at the Court of Appeals, and it's real. So move those to the top of the list there. Highlight those races. And I'm here to speak for a couple candidates, so not necessarily apply everything I say to each one of them, but Trey asked me to speak for him. His wife's here, Taryn, wonderful, wonderful family. They have 5 children. I've gotten to know Trey really well. He works at the Administrative Office of the Courts. He was hired by Chief Justice Newby. He used to work for Chief Justice Newby, and Chief Justice Newby is supporting his candidacy for the Supreme Court. We have 2 seats on the Supreme Court up. Judge Dietz won't have a primary, and he's a great judge on my court too. Really encourage you to support Trey. He's a Marine veteran. He's been really good to me and my family when I've had to go serve. And on that note, I want to thank you personally. You all helped elect me to the Court of Appeals in 2020 while I got mobilized and sent to the Middle East. And for what y'all did for me and my family, always grateful. But when you talk about the judicial races, ask if you see the folks. Again, we're all over the place. But I can tell you that Trey Allen, Michael Stotting, who's on here for the Court of Appeals race 11, and I want you, if you got your pens, I want you to add one down there, Beth Freshwater Smith. She's running for the Court of Appeals as well. So those 3 folks will be in primary races, okay? And I know each one of them personally. And ask these candidates, and I can say for these specifically, make sure they're originalists. I mean, when you looked at a Supreme Court nominee this week who couldn't define what a woman is, I mean, it's pretty absurd. And when you think about an originalist, you say, what is the original meaning of the text? The Constitution, the statute, whatever legal document you're looking at. All right, it's so important because if you're not an originalist, I don't know what other judicial philosophy you could have that even makes sense. Because if you say that, then you're just changing the law as a judge, and that's not what we do. And I know that Trey, I know that Michael, I know that Beth are originalists. I've told you a little bit about Trey's background. Michael would be here today, but he's serving. He's a fellow service member. He's in the Air Force. He's a judge advocate in the Air Force. He's on orders now, but he's a prosecutor. He's a district court judge out in Mecklenburg County. Here's some of his literature to be here as well. I think Taryn's got some of Trey's also. And so, I've gotten to know him really well. All originalists and good people. Beth, she's a district court judge in Nash, Wilson, Edgecombe counties. Was a prosecutor before that. So very respectful of the law and has great bench and trial experience. So Trey's got a funny slogan. It says, what is it? Don't go astray, vote for Trey. So, it's not my material, it's his, but I told him I'd say it for it. But it is slightly better than Judge Dietz, who is get off your feet and go vote for Judge Dietz. Again, I appreciate your time, and seriously, move those to the front because you can cross out everything else on here because they have turned our Supreme Court and our appellate courts into a super legislature. Because they only need 4 seats on the Supreme Court. They need, 60 and 30 in the General Assembly. But they only need 4 Supreme Court seats to be able to make a difference there and basically push their agenda. You've seen that with redistricting most recently. And unfortunately, a lot of things that affect your daily lives that you don't see every day, but stuff that I see from the Court of Appeals and opinions that they're pushing it in every avenue of our lives. So we need to make sure that we've got originalist judges that will protect the Constitution. So again, Trey Allen, Beth Freshwater Smith, Michael Staddy, all three that I'm happy to support in this election cycle, and I hope you'll do that too. And thank you also for your past support in our campaigns. Have a great day.